Hello, this is Slightly Mad 79, back from the dead. This is REND Alpha. It's a new game that launches in a couple of days' time. This is going to be a very, very basic guide. It's not for people that got anything over a couple of hours in game, but the expanse of this game is huge. I mean, there's so much to do for a new player, it gets confusing, even for people like myself who've got a lot of experience in these new sort of indie alpha games. So basically, while you're twiddling your thumbs waiting for the game to launch, hopefully you check out this guide and you can hit the ground with your feet running and be useful to your faction. Yes, I said faction. There's three factions in this game, which is Revenant, Conclave, Order. They're all the same apart from a different colour. They've got a little bit of a backstory to them, Revenant being sneaky, Order being savage fighters, etc, etc. But basically at the moment there's a maximum of 20 players per server for each faction. Alright, so it might be a bit difficult if you've got a big group. I have on the forums and mentioned this, so hopefully we see some larger servers. I've just started completely fresh on a brand new server. This is a couple of days old on this server, so there will already be buildings, etc. about, but at least you'll see the basics of what to do when you start the game. Let's dive in. Okay, you're going to spawn in this sort of area here. You'll see like a focal point, big tree over there, and our clan base is basically down there where you see the shield, because it's shield protected. And on a non-conquest server, the shields come down for, I think it's an hour window between 7, 8 at night or something similar. It does tell you in the options, and that's when the enemy can attack you and steal your stuff. Or you can go on a conquest server, and what that means is there's no shields and people can attack you all the time. First annoying thing is these tutorial boxes. You have to go into the inventory by pressing I, and that is how you close them. Click on them there, otherwise it doesn't work. But at least I should show you the inventory, which is I. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, like in any survival game, you've got shift to move. These little piggies are harmless, but you just want to go straight down to a bush and start hitting it like so. Now Render's got two different types of gathering. When you get a tool, you get left mouse button and right mouse button. As you can see, left is giving me morsels to eat. That's your basic food to start with. It'll just keep you going. If you right click, you'll grab fibres from things. Alright. And it's a little bit tricky, because you've got to put that little cursor over what you want to harvest. So you could be standing to the side here, but it will harvest because it's going where the cursor is. So you can't physically face the object you want to harvest, if that makes sense. It's where this little crosshair is. Okay. So we've got one of those boxes popping up. It's pressing C to craft. So you go into that and you want to make twine to start with. That's the basis for making clothing, tools, etc. It's your first unlock. Next you want to look for these small trees here. And this is where it gets really important to get that cursor right on the spot. So see our right mouse button is getting us sticks, left mouse button will get your branches. Now the thing about this game, see the woodcraft going up to the top left hand side of the screen, that gives you more unlocks, and that increases your gather rate, increases how much you gather, and that's for everything including stone, picking up berries, bushes, etc. There's different levelling for each of them. So the first thing to do is go into here, craft a spirit hatchet. Now as you can see, it appears in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, and Q selects it. If you hold it down, hold Q down, you get a radial to select your different harvesting tools. Now this allows you to hit the bigger trees. If you hold right mouse button down, you'll get logs. Left click, which I'm doing now, is stick stick. Hit the smaller bushes 10 times quicker. Rightio, the next thing you need is a spirit mallet. This is for hitting stone. And make yourself a bow. Defending yourself. Now a bow will appear in the E button down there, or you can physically drag it and drop it into this weapon section here. Alright. Now I have to make arrows out of sticks in the crafting menu. Basic arrows start in this survival section, in basic survival up here. This is just what you want to concentrate on. Rough arrows are crap. You want to go straight for the stone arrows, but to unlock those you have to work your way along the tree by making armour, etc. So to select your ammo, you hold down R, use the radial, left click. As you can see, I'm ready to fire a bow. Like I said, it's crap. It's only good in groups. May as well wait until you get the stone arrows before you start hunting things. Okay, these are the farming rocks. Left click gives you rock salt, which is used to make salted meat so it lasts longer. Or you right click on a rock and it'll give you flint, which is what you want for arrows. So you need quite a bit of flint if you're going to start hunting. As you can see on the left hand side of the screen, you have orange, which is food, and blue, which is water. Simply walk up to a lake, press F to drink, or for now, these little morsels here, collect those to eat and just spam them in your hotbar. Right, it's at this point where you really want to go and pick up as many bushes as you can for fibre and start crafting clothing and increase your rank. So hold down Q, go to put away your weapon and spam that fibre. Okay, so open up the menu, make yourself some clothing. Okay, now I've unlocked this spirit sickle. That's really important. This now means you can gather food really quickly. So Q, back to your radial, select the sickle. Now we need to go and find those melons, and instead of getting 1 or 2 per pick, watch this. See how much quicker that was? Now we're not going to starve. Alright guys, this is a spirit. If you hit the spirit, you collect it. You need to hand those in at the tree in the middle of your town to power it. Okay, remember that, it's fairly important now. Watch as I spam the 1 key, look at my food and water going up the left hand side. Alright. You need a lot of these melons to start with before you can get meat. And you'll get these things, you'll notice, when I create things or gather things, I get inspiration, it's like a purple thing. What that's used for, in your town, there's like 4 stones I'll show you later on. They're like obelisks with runes on. That's where you help research new technologies for your town. I'm trying to hit this spirit. I'm guessing I couldn't grab that because I've already got one in my bucket. Okay, so what happens is you've got a day and night cycle. At night time, you get banshees come out that are flying things, and they will shriek and call all the other bats in to kill you nearby. If you stand on a foundation, they can't touch you. I'm sure that'll get fixed by the devs at some point. This is the water you drink from. As you can see, I'm spamming the 1 key to get my food up. You know, eat all those melon pieces. Okay, this is faction capital. I'm the order faction, so everything's yellow. Or should we say gold. But this is our hometown. Please remember to shut the doors on your way in. You weren't born in a barn. Some of you might have been actually, but let's keep these doors locked, you know, just in case. And it will not look like this on most servers. This is obviously someone's been busy and they've been building these rooms in here. It's not normally like this. Alright, there's things like stone cutters and stuff in here. You put the raw materials in here, you turn it on, and you click what you want here, like crumblestone brick, for upgrading the buildings, etc. It's best to use faction chat, so you go in, you type faction, as so, and you ask them what you want them to start doing, what you want to start doing, like do you want me to get stones, do you want me to get wood, etc. like that, you know, because there'll be someone that's got more experience and they know what they're doing on the game, so listen to them. Essentially this is a team game, you know, you've got to cooperate to win. Okay, remember what I said about the research? This is where you put your research gatherables, you know, you get these inspiration, so these spark of genius, spark of mysticism, and that's where the sparks go. You click on one of these and you see what somebody else is upgrading, and you add to this. See, I added 5 made 1, if that makes sense. It's gone up by 0.1%, if that makes sense. So all these containers you'll see like these barrels and chests and things like that lying around. That's where players have created armories or stashes for yourself to get basic items out of. So just make sure it's alright to take it. You can probably get a bow or some starter items. Alright, now you're going to be asking, how do I make my own base? Let's get rid of this window first. Go in the inventory, get rid of that. Right, as you can see up on the hill up there, that's a player-made base there. That weird structure. Now, if we open the construction menu by pressing C, you'll see that a construction hammer requires you to be skilled in a spirit pick. See the red writing? So you have to make this right here. Become skilled in that to then unlock the construction hammer. And to build things, when you've got the hammer equipped, you press B. And B will put foundations down for you. And then you select what items of building you need. Other questions I can help with. Where's my corpse go when I die? Well, you see that yellow beam going up into the sky there? You'll see one of those on the ground if you've died. And that's the beam you've got to head for to get your loot. But you are lootable to other players, which is quite unfortunate. I hope they fix that on launch. Otherwise, a friendly member of your faction just come up and take your stuff if they see you die. It's a bit silly. You'll also see gold. See, there's one over here, right here. That could actually be a treasure chest as well, and you get random loot in it. Let's have a little peek. Is it a dead body, or is it a chest? Good that showed up. Yeah, it's a corpse, look, see? You could take the stuff, but I'm not gonna. Okie dokie. This here's a mine. See, I've run out the back of the base and I'll come down here. There's a bloody great big bear that lives down here. But that's where you go and get your... Oop, and the spiders. And you need a torch. Press C, you'll see here. Crude torch. You need to make one of those to go in there. You can hold it in the hand with the pick as well. These berries on the trees here are also edible. Skog fruit. There's also a root called Vida root you get from gathering normal plants. You can put that in your hotbar and literally spam it when you're running, and it gives you your stamina back so you can run for a long, long time. Basically, you want to stay away from the piggies with the tusks, stay away from the wolves, and stay away from the banshees. And the awesome big thing behind there, stay away from that. That's a shame. I wanted to show you another thing, but they might only appear at night time. There was a patch of magic mushrooms around here that I ate on another server, and basically they put you into the spirit realm for 5 seconds, and you see like spirit wolves and stuff while you're in there. But I think what it's for is you get ghost chests that you can't loot, and I think it just gives you long enough to get into the spirit world to loot these ghost chests. So it's a pretty neat idea. Right, now just in time I've leveled up enough to make these stone arrows. If you right click on something you can craft all. Saves you having to spam click it. But now this gives us the power to hunt and kill. Health and safety advice is I'd normally make 2 flimsy bows because they break really, really quickly. No, and there's nothing worse than having your bow break on you when you're trying to kill something. Okay, this is where it gets fairly cool. This is where you pick your class. You press escape and you go to talents. I'm always going to go assassin. Select him. And you can mix and match. Pathfinder. So that's like a scout that has really high stamina, can move really, really quickly. And the assassin's got the ability to hide, you know, a stealther. Goes well together, it's a good synergy there. If you look at here, if you put a point in this one, that's if you want to be one of these guys. So you've got to double click. Gives you the ability to sprint for a long time. Right now, as you've noticed, look at the bottom right hand corner of the screen. You'll see 3 circles. That's given me a new skill now, which is stealth. To activate stealth, it's shift and the number 1. See, I'm now stealth. I move really, really slow, but now I get a bonus to damage and critical damage when I shoot, and enemies can't see me from longer distances. If that makes sense. I've got to change the ammo in my bow, so I'll hold down R, click the stone tipped arrow. I should have reloaded it. Shift and 1 to come back out of stealth. As you can see, the sparks coming from behind my character in a minute. When he's run for a certain amount of time, he starts sparking. That's the Pathfinder ability. So my movement speed's increased by 10% now as well. It's good for evading angered mobs, etc. Now let's just try and kill an angry pig. This might be the demise of me though. It's best to do the easy ones. So you wouldn't be able to do that with the crappy arrows. Alright, so the meat degrades really, really quickly on this. Left mouse button will get you meat. Right mouse button will get you leather scraps for crafting. Straight over to a campfire. Open it. The meat normally appears in your hotbar for some reason. Whack that in with a log. Or a stick. Turn it on. So the poorly cooked meat's appeared in my hotbar. Just eating it. If you look in the survival tree, which is C, survival up there, and you can craft, if you look here, salt cured meat when you unlock it with rock salt. that'll last a little bit longer, but it'll dehydrate you. So after scoffing the pig, I'm nearly at full hunger. Let's go and grab some water from the lake. I've got a wolf on me now, so it's probably a good time to end the tutorial. I hope it sort of helped you get through the basics of the game prior to launch. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention bandages just before this thing kills me. You look for yellow flowers on the floor, harvest those, mix it with twine, you get a bandage to bandage these deep wounds from the wolf, which are going to kill me. But poor unfortunate Mr. Mad didn't do it. He's going to die, so I'm signing off now. Hope it helps.